Come on, let's go, let's go. Hi friends, welcome to Fix This House. Just wanted to give you a quick update on what's going on with our dream home build. There has been a lot of things going on. Our land is pretty torn up at the moment, and I'll give you a screenshot right now of what's going on and the condition of this property. So as you know, we did hire a geotechnical engineer to go and survey the land and see how well this land is actually, if it's buildable or not. And you wouldn't believe it, it did turn out and it did pass. During the geotech survey, they did end up digging 3 huge holes, all 3 10 feet deep, and they dug one on the top tier, the bottom tier, and one closest to the hill. And overall, that came out to be really good, and the soil quality is perfect. Now, the reason why he wanted 10 feet was so he could get the best result for our piece of property. And I'll show you a few clips of what the geotech said concerning the land and where we can build around this area. So overall, we paid $3,000 for the geotechnical survey and another $800 to rent out the equipment and for somebody to go and dig here for around 2 hours. We're waiting for further lab results to come in because, as you noticed, our land slopes and has these huge cliffs at the end, and due to like seismic activities around the area, and we don't want no landslides happening, and to prevent that, we want to know how far we can build away from the hill.
I want to keep the home away from the steep slope. To let you know, my preference for the stability of the slope, you see that? You have to set up your building on that corner area. Due to the seismic activities, I do not want anything to landslide or something like that.
Oh, okay,
which typically happens in the Seattle area. You know that.
Okay.
When people do, unnecessarily things, without listening to engineer, that's what happens. I'll talk to your architect on this regard.
Okay.
Go ahead and take some photos. I'll have him close the hole. Let me get some samples.
Okay, thank you.
I will not let anything build right here.
Okay, yeah,
Because
definitely.
we
It's
have
too...
a very steep cut slope.
Okay.
If any reason it goes down, then it's a problem. Okay.
All right, so everything's good, Santanu? Everything...
Looks like a pretty good size.
Okay.
It should be good, man. Good to
Okay,
go.
right on. Do you
You
think we
want
can
to-
build on the slope?
You are building a single family residence. You don't want to put more money. I can build on that slope. I've been doing that for several projects, but it will be very expensive. Why you do that?
Well, just to maximize the land?
Maximize the land.
Yeah.
If you want to, that means building wise, your building will fit right there. If you go close, then you have to do a little bit deeper foundation. But what I can do, I can give you option. Then talk to your architect and your contractor that if you see that cost wise, it will be more effective if you go deeper foundation for the future to sell your home, then you can go that option. But if you think that, no, I'll not spend that money, rather than I'll do a shallow foundation and keep off from the slope, you can go that option as well.
Oh, okay. He's going to give us 2 options. How much it's going to cost us to build on top of the hill if we're planning to go that route, or how much is it if we build away from the hill. I kind of know that building on top of the hill is going to be a lot more expensive because there's going to be a lot more retaining walls, a lot more concrete to be poured, a lot more foundations to be done. Most likely I am leaning towards, reducing costs, but at the same time having this house built the way we want it to be built. I want to update you on why did I end up widening my neighbor's front entryway. Well, we agreed upon that if I widen their front entry, I will be able to close off the easement that's going on crossing to our property. This is the road to my neighbor's driveway. We came into agreement on widening their driveway so that I can close off my property. Looks like they cleared it pretty wide. Definitely, that's gonna be enough for 2 cars to safely pass each other. Now that I have that widened, again, that widening cost me around $10,000 to have that nice paved, kind of like a good neighbor, good faith kind of thing. We wrote up a contract saying they will dissolve that easement going to my property, and I can finally close off and gate off my area so that no traffic will ever come here because it is a dead-end property. Overall, I paid $14,000. That's with the geotech survey, the excavation, and the widening of my neighbor's front entryway. I'm trying to spend as much out of pocket as I can before I go into the construction loan so that I can reduce costs as much as possible. So currently, I am now planning to go and build a retaining wall so that I can have a nice wall dividing my property with my neighbor's property at the front. I will keep you updated on what's going to be going on with that. It's going to be exciting, so make sure you stay tuned for that, because I will be putting huge eagle block walls that's going to be supporting the sloped areas of our land. My next project now is to put eagle blocks right on this line right here where these arborvitae trees are. Get rid of the trees and replace that with these blocks. And these eagle blocks are around 2.5 feet tall by 5 feet wide, or about 5,000 pounds each. Leveling this land with those eagle blocks, and whatever's left we're gonna fill in with dirt so that this driveway right here will be widened and a lot more stable, because right now this is kind of narrow, and for safety wise I want this a little bit wider and be able to put a nice divide. These eagle blocks will run from that end all the way to where that shed is at the end. So that's our future plans at the moment, and I'm currently working on that. The geotech survey out of the way, our architect can further move on how they're going to design our house and where to place it on this property. I'm very excited to update you guys on this update on our property. I know the pace is very slow at the moment, but it is picking up little by little. So make sure you stay tuned. I'm going to be uploading more when more work is going to be done. And yeah, thank you so much for tuning in. I'll see you on episode number 5.